Greetings, Guardians. It is pieceofgosa, aka John here, and I'll just come in today with what I think is a pretty important bit of information about leveling when you get to the higher levels in Destiny, the higher power levels. So, as you can see here with my Warlock, I'm sitting at 290 just now, close to 291. This isn't my highest character. My highest character is my Titan. I've got my Titan up to 294. So I just thought I'd mention that straight up front, so you know I'm not bullshitting with giving you advice on how to level. Right? So I do obviously know what I'm talking about. What I'm actually going to be talking about is mods, and specifically how you might be missing a chance to raise your light level by discarding things that are 2 or 3 points lower than the particular weapon or piece of armor that you have equipped. So what we're actually going to be talking about is legendary mods or purple mods that actually raise the armor or attack value of your weapon or piece of armor, or defense value, sorry, of armor by 5 points. Okay? So, put simply,
I want one like the warlocks use.
I've got a purple mod on this helmet, right? Giving it an extra 5 defense. So this helmet isn't a 285, it's actually a 280, okay? So if I was to drop another legendary helmet, or even a blue helmet, for example, at 284, for example, or 283, right? You may have the same situation. If the piece of armor that you have equipped has a purple mod on it, always remember that its base value is 5 points lower. So if you pick up another piece of armor or weapon of the same value or slightly lower, well, it's actually higher. If it's 4 points or less lower, then technically its base value is actually higher. Okay? So what you can do is, if you've got purple mods and a lot of glim, you can put a purple mod onto the new piece of armor that you've picked up, equip that, and it will be higher than what you had, right? Or, if you're light on glim and purple mods, you can do this, just to give you an example, and a very good example as well, because kinetic weapons are particularly sort of vital for this, because I've yet to get a purple kinetic mod. I've only had weapons drop with a purple kinetic mod on. So as you can see here, this origin story has just a normal blue rare kinetic mod. My old fashioned here, you can see, has a legendary attack mod. My nameless midnight, that only has a kinetic damage mod. And my Scavelock here has a weapon attack mod plus 5 legendary, right? So this is an 84 origin story and an 84 Scavelock. Same light level, right? No. The Scavelock's actually technically only a 79, right? Because of that mod. This origin story, because it has a blue mod, is a full-on, straight-up 84. So what I can do is I can actually infuse my Scavelock with that origin story and put it up to 289. Okay? So just keep in mind that this can work for any slot, weapons or armor. Of course, you can use kinetics to infuse energy, and energy to infuse kinetic, as long as it's the same actual weapon type. I'm sure everybody's figured that out by now. But just the point of this sort of little PSA, I guess, is just keep in mind that you need to check your weapon or armor that you've got equipped and see whether it has a blue mod or a purple mod. If it has a purple mod and you drop another piece in the same slot that's within 2 or 3 points of it but lower, remember that it's actually higher if it drops with just a blue mod. So always check, basically, the long and the short of it, check your mods, and remember that anything with a legendary mod on it, its base attack or defense is actually 5 points lower than is displayed on the weapon or the piece of armor. That's the important thing to remember from this, I guess. And another thing, I suppose this is just a sort of a little addendum to that, is the way that the game actually calculates what it drops for you is dependent on your unmodded light level rather than your unmodded power level. Keep that in mind, that's very important. Your unmodded power level rather than your actual full
Is that what you said?
power level as displayed. You can kind of work that out, I guess, based on what you've got equipped. If you, like, every single one of those has a purple mod on it.
A warlock I don't
Right.
have to worry about. Good.
So that's 15 points, and then every single one of them has a purple mod on it. So that's 40 points total. If I was to add up all of these values, 296, 300, 292, 285, 285, 285, 290, 289, if you were to add them all up and divide by 8, you'd get something around about 290.75. Whereas if you then take 40 points off that and divide it, you're probably going to get something around about 288, I would have thought. So that's actually the unmodded value, your unmodded power value, and that is the level, I believe anyway, based on what I've seen in the game, that's the level that all of your drops are based off, not your modded power value. I hope that makes sense anyway. If you have any questions, you can find me on Twitter at the Butcher Crow, or on PSN at pieceofgosa. That's all one word, PIECEOFGOSA. I'll pop that in the description below, and I'll also pop a little sort of verbal, a written description of this as well.
Excuse me.
Anyway, I hope this helps you guys out, get to higher power levels, and I hope to see you guys after we've all done the raid tomorrow. So good luck with that, and I'll see you in the Wilds, Guardians.